Manifest before sleep. 3 simple words that could remake your world. Imagine this. Every night, as your body surrenders to rest, a hidden architect awakens within you. When you manifest before sleep, you are no longer a dreamer chasing desire. You become the creator, shaping reality itself. Because in that quiet borderland between waking and dreaming, when consciousness softens and logic fades, the subconscious listens. And what it hears in those final minutes becomes the blueprint of your tomorrow. Most people drift into sleep replaying disappointments, debts, and doubts. They fall asleep inside yesterday's weather, then wake to the same storm. But you, tonight, will step into the sacred science of Neville Goddard's teaching, that the moment before sleep is the moment of creation. In that hush, imagination is law, and assumption is destiny. Stay with me until the end, and you'll understand not only how to manifest before sleep, but how to live from the end, as one who already is. The night has always been holy to the wise. Ancient mystics knew that the world is born not from noise, but from silence. In the stillness between heartbeats, the mind opens like a gate. Neville called it the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious, that fragile golden line when thought begins to dream and dream begins to think. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the scene. A room dimly lit, the hum of the world dissolving, your body heavy, yet your spirit alert. This is the sacred moment before surrender, where you decide what seed to plant in the garden of your mind. Whatever emotion you cradle here will echo through your days. You see, the outer world is not a master, but a mirror. Every event, every coincidence, every stranger's reaction, they are all reflections of what you have already accepted as true within. To fight circumstances is to argue with a mirror. To awaken is to turn inward and change the face that looks back. So tonight, before your eyelids fall, ask yourself, what truth am I ready to assume? Not wish for, assume. Wish belongs to the conscious mind. Assumption belongs to the divine. If you assume poverty, life will faithfully provide shortage. If you assume rejection, faces will turn away. But if you assume love, doors will open. If you assume abundance, paths will form beneath your feet. This is not imagination as escape. This is imagination as command. As Neville said, your imagination is God creating through you. Now, before we go deeper, tell me in the comments, have you ever felt this truth in your own life? When was the moment you realized your thoughts were shaping your reality? Because here's the secret. Your reality is obedient. It does not question, it performs. The only question is, what role are you giving it? Perhaps you were taught to pray in fear, to hope instead of to know, but the universe answers only the tone of your belief. If your prayer says, I lack, you receive more proof of lack. If your prayer says, I am, you command the very forces that hold the stars in orbit. So tonight, we begin again. You will not drift into sleep as a beggar, but as an heir. Lay aside the day like an old coat. Feel the new one on your shoulders, one woven from certainty. In this very moment, imagine what it would feel like to have already arrived. The relief, the warmth, the quiet knowing. Let that be the pillow under your head, because the dream was never outside you. It was waiting for you to remember. Picture a soft tide retreating, each wave gentler than the last. That rhythm mirrors your descent into the state akin to sleep, the doorway between worlds. Neville taught that here, the conscious mind loosens its grip, and the subconscious becomes the soil of creation. It cannot argue. It cannot analyze. It only receives and multiplies. So what will you give it tonight? Fear, doubt, or faith so still it hums like a star? The state akin to sleep is the artist's canvas. Whatever image you hold as real in this liminal glow, your subconscious paints across the landscape of your life. If you sleep in sorrow, you'll rise to echoes of loss. But if you sleep in fulfillment, truly feeling it, you'll rise inside the answered prayer. Here's how to practice. Choose one scene that implies your wish is fulfilled, not the journey, the destination. Maybe it's a loved one congratulating you. Maybe it's a simple thank you whispered into your ear. It must be short. It must be short, final, and sweet, like the last line of a poem. Now loop that scene in your mind as your body drifts. Don't force it. Let it play as naturally as breathing. Add emotion, the golden ink of creation. When your heart agrees with the picture, the seed takes root, and as you drift, say softly, "It is done," or "All is well," or simply, "Thank you." That's the lullaby Neville called the Song of Sleep. When you repeat those words, not to convince, but to confirm, you impress the subconscious with law. Let me tell you a story. A woman once wrote to Neville saying she was consumed with fear about her future. He told her, "Every night, before sleep, imagine hearing someone say, 'I'm so happy for you, everything worked out perfectly.'" She did this for 2 weeks. Then out of nowhere, an old connection offered her the very job she had prayed for, but without a single anxious step. Her only work was the inner rehearsal. That is the law of assumption in motion. Not begging, not hoping, assuming, calmly, naturally, persistently. And yes, it takes courage to believe without evidence, but all creation demands that leap. A seed must fall into darkness before it can rise. If you're ready to live this truth, not just understand it, join the 21-day challenge to create your dream life. It's not a course, it's a pilgrimage. 21 nights of practice, where you'll learn to impress the subconscious until manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. The link is below. Begin tonight. Now return to the story of your own life. How many nights have you fallen asleep, replaying the scene you don't want? Arguing in your mind, defending your pain, rehearsing failure. Every repetition was a seed, and you are walking through that garden now. But you can plant anew. This time, before sleep, review the day as Neville taught, the art of revision. If something went wrong, replay it as you wish it had gone. Change the words, the outcomes, the tone. Feel relief instead of resentment. Your subconscious doesn't keep track of what's real, it keeps track of what's felt. When you rewrite emotion, you rewrite destiny. Try it for 7 nights and watch how the world responds. Sudden apologies, closed doors reopening, coincidences unfolding. They are all symptoms of a new assumption taking root. And when you feel gratitude for what has not yet appeared, you activate the law of gratitude before evidence. Say, "Thank you," as though the delivery truck is already on its way, because it is. Let gratitude be your perfume, faith your posture, imagination your prayer. The universe recognizes that frequency and says, they remember who they are, because the world cannot resist a heart that has already arrived. Transformation is rarely loud. It's the quiet click of understanding, when fear no longer makes sense. It's walking through your home and realizing the air feels lighter. It's saying, "I knew this would happen." Not with arrogance, but with peace. To manifest before sleep is to train the most sacred rhythm of all, surrender. You no longer chase, you allow. You no longer beg, you receive. You no longer watch the clock, you trust the current. Let me guide you through it, step by step, tonight and every night thereafter. Prepare the temple, turn off the noise, breathe until your mind feels like still water. Choose the end, a single scene that implies completion, not striving but arrival. Feel the fulfillment. Let the emotions spread like warmth through your chest. Speak the word, one phrase that seals it. It's done. I am. Thank you. Release the how. That belongs to the infinite intelligence within. Sleep as the answered prayer. You'll wake changed, maybe subtly, maybe profoundly. But something in your posture, your choices, your tone will shift. And the mirror of reality will respond in kind, because all are you pushed out. The kind cashier, the late email, the unexpected miracle, they are all you performing your new assumption. Consider this. You are listening to these words right now because somewhere in your past you assumed you would find the truth, and the law delivered this message. You called it into being by curiosity alone. Now it's time to call in your next reality. Many students ask Neville, "How do I know when it's working?" He would smile and say, "When you no longer care if it works." That's living in the end. When your heart no longer seeks proof, proof arrives in abundance. This is the faith Jesus described when he said, "When you pray, believe that you have received, and it shall be yours." Not believe that you will receive, but have received. Past tense, finished fact. The Bible, as Neville revealed, is not history but psychology. Moses' "I am that I am" was not God speaking from the sky. It was the voice of consciousness within every soul. Whatever you attach to "I am," you create. I am worthy. I am loved. I am free. These are not affirmations, they are decrees.
The prodigal son's return is your own return to divine identity. You wander in the far land of doubt until hunger drives you home to the Father, your own higher imagination. And when you remember, creation rushes to clothe you again in rings and robes, symbols of authority restored. But beware the law of reversed effort. The harder you try, the less you allow. Just as water becomes murky when stirred, your manifestation delays when you strain. You must relax into belief. Think of a name you've forgotten. The more you force it, the further it flees. But the moment you let go, it drifts back like a feather. So too with your desires. Cease chasing. Remember. And then, when the intuition comes, a nudge, a call, a sudden idea, follow it. That's inspired action, not desperate, but deliberate. You don't make it happen, you let it happen. Maybe you feel a pull to send a message, visit a place, start a page. That's your subconscious orchestrating bridges of incident, invisible choreography to deliver your assumption. Walk in trust. The director has called action, and when results appear, do not be surprised. You planted it. This is harvest, not luck. The mirror principle ensures it. Life is not punishing or rewarding, it's reflecting. You are the painter, the mirror, and the reflection all at once. Change the cause, and the effect must bow. So, if you wish to alter tomorrow, tonight is the time. Not with effort, but with ease. Not with struggle, but with surrender. Your only task is to feel it real, and then rest as if it were so. Now, breathe. The night is ready to listen. As you lie down, imagine a curtain of soft light descending, like the last glow of sunset wrapping around your body. This is the presence of your own divinity, embracing you as you enter the inner kingdom. See one image, perhaps a gentle smile of someone you love saying, "I'm proud of you," or the sound of your own laughter, free and unburdened, or a door opening to a place that feels like home. Hold that image until you can no longer tell if you're imagining or remembering. Then whisper, "Thank you, it is done," and drift. The subconscious receives, the world rearranges. By the time morning touches your eyelids, the current has already shifted in your favor. Remember, time is the servant of assumption. The delay between belief and evidence is only the grace period of manifestation. It is not denial, it is delivery and progress. When doubt whispers, answer it with stillness. When impatience knocks, greet it with gratitude. And when fear tries to reclaim your faith, say softly, "I have already arrived," because you have. If you are still listening, something in you is awakening. That is not coincidence, it's calling. So tonight, choose the feeling you wish to wake with tomorrow. Maybe peace, maybe power, maybe love. Whatever you choose, let it be final. Let it be the last voice the subconscious hears. And tomorrow, when the day unfolds a little differently, a conversation turns kind, an opportunity appears, a number aligns, smile. That is your echo returning. Comment below. What will you imagine tonight? Will you fall asleep in fear or in faith? What scene will you play in the cinema of your mind before the lights go out? Tell me, because the act of declaring it already strengthens its creation. If you're ready to go further, to live this as a way of being, join the 21-day challenge. For 21 nights we will travel together through imagination, gratitude, and revision, until the law becomes second nature. And when you complete it, come back and tell me your story, because stories are proof that consciousness creates. And if this message awakens something deep within you, become a channel member, not as a follower, but as a co-creator. Together, we'll continue this journey, one revelation at a time, learning to rest inside the wish fulfilled. Now, the night waits for you. The stars lean closer, curious to see what new world you'll create. Close your eyes, breathe, feel, and as you slip beneath the veil, remember, you do not chase the life you desire, you remember it. You rest in it, and you wake where it has been waiting all along. Good night, and good manifestation.